And this is how you reach the Dark Lake Catacombs. You're going to want to head from the Recluse's River downstream site of Drace. You can access it from Recluse's River upstream site of Drace. To get here, you'll have to go from the castle watering hole next to the ruins of Und. You can get here by heading to the Shadow Keep and traveling down a coffin to head down here. First floor site of Drace, you want to head down the elevator to where the Fire Knight is. Take a left down a ladder. There's going to be a invisible wall. You hit that, take the coffin to Castle Watering Hole, to Recluse's River upstream, to Recluse's River downstream, and eventually we're going to have to hit the Darklight Catacombs. So let's head there now. You're going to want to head down these tombstones, being really careful as to how you proceed down these tombstones. And you're going to want to make sure that you are on the uppermost part of the the lower part of the waterfall that is over here. I almost screwed that up. And we're going to want to go to that side over there. You can actually see the next tombstones that we're going to have to hit, because we're going to have to hit another set of tombstones in order to reach the Darklight Catacombs. Feel free to use the horse if you want, because you can get a double jump out of it. However, I find it a little more flimsy than your character itself. But use whatever is comfortable to you. And this is the next set of tombstones here, just from that side of Grace. And we're just going to head all the way down. Make sure to be a little careful and vigilant, because there are a lot of those militant-style enemies, the really short enemies. They have bleed, and there's about 6 or 7 of them down here. What I like to do is I just like to hit this tombstone, and then just take the cliffside corners over here. You'll have a couple of them chasing you, but it's going to be the closest way to get to the Darklight Catacombs. And from here, you just head down the elevator, and that's where the site of Grace is, and the Catacombs begins. Alright, and from the Darklight Catacombs, we're going to want to go ahead and go from the site of Grace and proceed down the stairs. There are going to be a couple of imps along the pathway. Pretty much on every single corner that you go down, there's going to be a couple of imps. I'd recommend having the lantern on you if you don't have it, because it can be pretty dark here. However, there are methods to turn on the lights. There are 2 switches that will turn the lights on, and the first one is going to be in this path here. This is where you can turn on the first set of lights, so that the main pathway can have a little bit more scene. As you can see, that's where it is now. But we're going to be heading back into the darkness, down into the next couple of stairs here. Head down the ladder. You don't take fall damage from it. There's going to be a couple of imps on this side. Just one, actually. No, there's 2 on this side. So we're going to take this imp out. You don't have to take these enemies out. They don't get aggro immediately, but it's a lot better to take them out while they're not aggro than them chasing you down. End of the hallway, we take out the mage there, and now we just head down the stairs, and head down the stairs again, which will take us to our first elevator. This elevator is going to be our first checkpoint, so we're going to want to head all the way down to the bottom. And then from here, this is where things can get slightly annoying, so just be vigilant and cautious. We're going to go ahead back into the darkness over here. And we're going to want to take the stairs eventually, but there is an item over here, so feel free to grab that too. There is an imp over here that is guarding it, so just be cautious of that. There is also a mage up top as well. My recommendation is actually avoiding this area if you don't care about the Ghost Glovewort, because that mage's spell will follow you for a very long period of time, as you'll be able to see in just a second here. It will go all the way until you pretty much leave the main area. Yeah, he's still casting from that side of the wall there. It's a pretty crazy spell. Not my favorite. But backside here, there isn't really anything to worry about. It doesn't progress anywhere. Neither does that ladder. So we're just going to head down the stairs and continue on through the Darklight Catacombs. Hitting this enemy. The Bigmouth Imp are the imps that have the fireballs, by the way. The big fireballs that are super annoying and can be cast from a million miles away. The FP cost is pretty low, and the HP of the imp is pretty low as well, but it is a nice range option in case you want to have that, or also a fire option if you're dealing with like the Shadow Sunflower, for example. A couple of imps here. We'll just take those things out. You'll see one of the Bigmouth Imp enemies coming up right away. It is the large version. We're going to have the small version with the summon. So just keep that in mind. But even the small version has a lot of damage too. Imp over here and another mage on that upper part of the bridge there. Just take the imp out so it doesn't follow us, because those imps do follow you for a very long period of time. Down the stairs, and we're going to go ahead and just hit this elevator. This should be our last elevator before we reach the item. And once again, things get rather annoying down at the bottom of this elevator, as most catacombs like to do. Head down the stairs into the next area, and there's our Bigmouth Imp. Now this is where things can get a little sketchy. Be cautious of those fireballs. Roll whenever you see the mouth glowing, because that's when the fireball is going to launch. But also don't stick around for too long either, because it does have a second attack. The second attack is the fireball causes an AoE after it lands, which will make it do the same amount of damage as the initial fireball cast. It's very annoying, and it can also go through walls as well. There you can see the fireball there. It can also go through walls, as I'm about to show as well when we get down to the end here. The reason why we want to take this path is because the lever not only turns on the lights, but it also lowers the platform for the Bigmouth Imp, which is what we want to do. We want to make sure that we can take this Bigmouth Imp out, because those will home in on us and it will follow us for a very long period of time. We're going to go ahead and challenge the Bigmouth Imp. His HP isn't very hard to surpass, just a couple of hits usually. Also drops a Drake Ghost Glovewort, and just behind that, we can also progress to the boss from here, but there is also the Bigmouth Imp inside the chest here. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. My name is Bflattened, and I'm signing on out of here. Take care, all. Laters.